15 overlooked true crime cases you've probably never heard of. We all know the big true crime stories: Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, JonBenét Ramsey. But what about the cases that barely made headlines? The ones that slipped through the cracks of media attention? Today, we're uncovering 15 chilling, overlooked true crime cases and exploring what their lack of coverage says about the justice system, the media, and us. Some of these stories are unsolved, some are shocking, and some are just plain forgotten. Let's dive in. 1. Asha Degree, the girl who walked into darkness. In 2000, 9-year-old Asha Degree left her North Carolina home in the middle of the night carrying a small backpack. She was seen walking along Highway 18 by a trucker, but then vanished without a trace. Her belongings were found buried a year later. Despite the eerie and mysterious circumstances, her case received minimal national attention. Why? Many believe race and socioeconomic status played a role in the media's silence. 2. Relisha Rudd, invisible in plain sight. Relisha Rudd was just 8 years old when she disappeared in Washington, D.C. In 2014, her family lived in a homeless shelter, and her school excused her absences for weeks before anyone realized she was missing. The man she was last seen with a janitor was later found dead. Relisha was never found. While the case is haunting, it got only fleeting national coverage, sparking outrage from advocates who say media bias contributed to the neglect. 3. The yogurt shop murders, a case gone cold. In 1991, 4 teenage girls were brutally murdered at a yogurt shop in Austin, Texas. Their bodies were found bound and burned, and while several men were arrested, the convictions were overturned due to lack of evidence. The case remains unsolved. Despite the horrific nature of the crime, it's rarely mentioned in mainstream true crime coverage today. 4. The Springfield Three. 3 women, no trace. In June 1992, a mother, her daughter, and a friend vanished from a home in Springfield, Missouri. There were no signs of struggle, no signs of forced entry, no bodies ever found. For over 30 years, this case has haunted locals, but it never became the national obsession that similar disappearances have. Was it media fatigue or something more systemic? 5. Media bias in missing person coverage. A 2016 report from the Black and Missing Foundation revealed a stark truth. White women receive 4 times the media coverage of missing black women. This disparity affects public awareness and puts pressure, or lack thereof, on investigators. In short, media attention isn't just about clicks. It can be a lifeline. When coverage fails, so do the systems built to find the missing and protect the vulnerable. 6. Phoenix Colden, vanished without a word. Phoenix Colden, a 23-year-old college student and talented athlete, vanished in 2011 near her car in St. Louis. Her vehicle was found running with the door open. Her case received little media attention until 2018, when Oxygen aired a documentary. Even then, coverage was limited. The mystery remains unsolved and largely unknown. 7. The Jennings 8, a web of corruption. From 2005 to 2009, 8 women were murdered in Jennings, Louisiana. All had ties to drugs, sex work, and some to each other. But most disturbingly, all had connections to local law enforcement. The case was poorly investigated, and many believed there was a cover-up. A book and a Showtime docuseries reignited interest. But for years, this serial killing spree barely made the news. 8. Tim the Horsford, sleepover or something else. Tim the Horsford attended a sleepover in Georgia. In 2018, she was the only black woman among the group. The next morning, she was found dead allegedly from a fall off a balcony. Her injuries were inconsistent with a simple fall. The case was quickly closed as an accident. Many questioned the speed and thoroughness of the investigation, and the lack of early media interest raised red flags. 9. Henry McCabe, the creepy voicemail. In 2015, Henry McCabe left a chilling voicemail before disappearing, filled with strange screams and growling. His body was found in a lake a month later. Police ruled it accidental drowning, but internet sleuths and family members weren't convinced. The voicemail went viral, but the case itself barely got any professional media scrutiny. 10. Kendrick Johnson. Rolled in a mat, Kendrick Johnson was found dead in 2013, rolled up in a gym mat at his Georgia high school. Authorities ruled it an accident, claiming he got stuck while reaching for a shoe. But surveillance footage was missing, and his body showed signs of trauma. Even more shocking, when the body was exhumed, his internal organs were gone. The case was reopened multiple times, but no charges were filed. The coverage? Sporadic and often downplayed. 11. Who gets remembered? True crime media help shape public memory. When a case is featured in a documentary or podcast, it gets attention, sometimes even new leads. But when stories are left out, justice can fade. Who we choose to spotlight isn't just entertainment. It's a moral decision with real-world consequences. 12. Lauren Spira, a quiet disappearance. Lauren Spira, a 20-year-old Indiana University student, disappeared in 2011 after a night out. Her case got some attention, but never the full media blitz. Unlike similar cases involving young white women in college towns, Spira's story faded from headlines quickly. Was it because there was no dramatic footage, no suspects, or because her family didn't fit a certain media narrative? 13. Anthony Sowell, the forgotten serial killer. Between 2007 and 2009, Anthony Sowell murdered 11 women in Cleveland. Neighbors had long complained of a horrible smell coming from his home. Many of the victims were black women, sex workers, or struggling with addiction groups the media often overlooks. Sowell was convicted in 2011, but his name doesn't come up often when we talk about American serial killers, despite the scale of his crimes. 14. Why documentaries matter. Documentaries like Making a Murderer, The Jinx, and The Staircase have shown how true crime can expose flaws in the justice system. But what about the cases that never make it to Netflix? Those are often the ones that need attention the most, because no one else is talking about them. A documentary can bring a case back to life, or at least give a family hope. 15. This isn't just an American problem. Word count, 85. All around the world, marginalized communities face the same invisibility. In Mexico, thousands of women go missing each year, with barely a mention in the news. In South Africa, violence against women is widespread, but rarely receives international media coverage. In India, caste and gender bias shape which crimes get attention. The true crime media landscape isn't just biased, it's global. Not every story ends with justice, and not every case makes it to your screen. But every victim deserves to be remembered, not just the ones the media decides are worthy. These 15 cases are just the tip of the iceberg. If we want justice, we have to demand it, even for the forgotten. If you found this video informative, like, subscribe, and share it. Drop a comment below with other overlooked cases you think deserve the spotlight. Stay safe, stay curious, and keep asking questions.